Okay, we're working on a 12-bar blues in the key of G. So what we have to know about the key of G is we're working on that 1 fret per finger kind of a thing. So we know our G major scale is G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, and G. Of course, that goes up and down this way, and it goes this way: G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, all the way up to that octave of G. But what they call a 12-bar blues occupies 12 measures or bars, and it occupies G for 4 measures. It occupies C for 2 measures, so that ends up getting 4 and 2 is 6, and then G for 2 more measures gets up to 8, and then D for 1 measure gets to 9, C for 1 measure gets to 10, G for 1 measure gets to 11, back to D, makes it 12 measures long. But what we would like to do to try to get this fret per finger thing going is maybe make a little bit of a bass line out of it. So like if we would start on the G, then reach up here with our ring finger to get this low D note, then move down right here if we're actually getting this to a C note. So, and I'm trying to make sure with my right hand I'm using both fingers here. So I'm going G, D, C, D, G, D, C, D. And it's slow, so I'm meticulously trying to make sure that I'm pedaling instead of using one finger. So I'm 1, 2, 3, 4. So that G goes on for 4 measures. Here's the 4th measure. Then I would walk up. G, G, open A, B. Then I would go to C, which is right below that G, and I'd do that exact same figure, except I'd be a string higher on the neck. That's my C. Then I would go back, after I went for those 2 measures, back to my G. Another measure of G. Now we're going to move everything up and get to this D right here on the 5th fret A string and play the same figure. Of course, that's the 1 measure. Then here's the C. Move down to the C for 1 measure. Play the same thing. Then G for 1 measure. Then jump back up to D for 1 measure. And that makes the 12 bars. I'm going to play it with a little jam track here, and it'll make a whole lot more sense of how it would go together. Here's the 3rd measure. I'm going to walk on the 4th measure, go to C. 2nd measure, C, back to G, G, D, down to C, G, finish up on the D. It all starts over. G, for 4 measures, G. Here's the 3rd measure, G. I'm gonna walk on the 4th measure, C, for 2 measures, C, back to G, for 2 measures, up to D for 1 measure, down to C for 1 measure, back to G for 1 measure, finish up on D. So you can just go on forever and ever, and I will put that backing track up so we'd be able to play along with it. But that's the 12-bar blues in the key of G.